Every year during Easter, something remarkable happens in the heart of South Africa. Roads are packed with buses and cars, cities begin to empty, and a spiritual movement comes to life with breathtaking power. This year, that moment returned bigger and more powerful than ever. After nearly 5 years of silence, the Zion Christian Church, also known as the ZCC, reopened its pilgrimage site in Moria for what many are calling the most emotional and inspiring Easter event in recent memory. And right there among the sea of faithful believers was none other than President Cyril Ramaphosa. His presence at Moria, surrounded by thousands of pilgrims, left South Africa stunned, inspired, and full of questions. What did he see? Why was this moment so important? And how is this more than just a church gathering? Let's dive deep into the story behind this powerful moment and explore everything that made Easter 2025 one of the most unforgettable events in South African history. To truly understand why this year's ZCC Easter pilgrimage was such a big deal, we need to look back in time. The Zion Christian Church, one of the largest African-initiated churches on the continent, has been a spiritual home to millions of South Africans for decades. Every Easter, its members gather in Moria, a small city in Limpopo located about 25 kilometers east of Polokwane. It's not just a church service for the ZCC faithful, it's a sacred journey, a spiritual calling that mirrors the Muslim Hajj pilgrimage. It's about faith, unity, tradition, and a deep personal connection to God. But for the last 5 years, this tradition was stopped. Like so many other aspects of life, it was paused by the global COVID-19 pandemic. The church made the difficult decision to cancel all mass gatherings in Moria, a choice based on safety, health, and responsibility. For many, the absence of the pilgrimage left a deep void. Easter came and went, but Moria stayed quiet. People prayed from home, but the emotional, spiritual, and cultural connection to that place could not be replaced. Families who had gone to Moria for generations stayed home, buses that once lined the roads were left parked, and the heartbeat of the ZCC's Easter traditions grew quieter with each passing year. That's what makes this year's return so powerful. The reopening of the pilgrimage site in 2025 didn't just mark the resumption of an annual event, it marked the return of a legacy, a restoration of faith, and a symbol of post-pandemic healing. Thousands upon thousands of people, dressed in their ZCC uniforms and carrying faith in their hearts, poured into Moria from across the country. The energy was electric, the atmosphere deeply spiritual, and in the center of it all stood Bishop Dr. Barnabas Edward Lekanyane, ready to deliver his long-awaited Easter sermon. His voice carried not just words, but 5 years of silence, hope, and endurance. Among the sea of pilgrims was President Cyril Ramaphosa. His decision to attend the service made headlines across the country. For some, it was a symbolic gesture of national unity. For others, it was a reminder that faith and politics often walk side by side in South African history. Ramaphosa's presence sent a message of respect, recognition, and personal connection to the ZCC community. As cameras followed him into the holy grounds of Moria, many were moved by the moment. The president was not there to speak, he was there to witness, to pray, and to stand among the people. But this year's event was not just about spirituality, it was also about logistics, safety, and innovation. The roads leading to Moria, especially the R71 between Polokwane and Tzaneen, are often overwhelmed during the Easter pilgrimage. In the past, the area has seen massive traffic, pedestrians walking alongside cars, and vendors setting up stalls along the route. This year, however, the ZCC made a strong decision. According to church spokesperson Moin Ndop, hawkers and vendors were banned from operating along the main road. Putco's new G7 Mercedes-Benz buses, part of their visionary bus replacement program, made their official debut during this Easter operation. These buses were more than just vehicles, they were mobile sanctuaries fitted with comfortable seating, advanced safety features, and real-time geo-tracking. Each bus was monitored from Putco's state-of-the-art control center using onboard CCTV and GPS technology. This high-tech approach allowed for quick incident response and made passengers feel more secure than ever before, and it worked. The first phase of the pilgrimage operation was completed safely and smoothly. While the ZCC's return to Moria dominated headlines, another major Easter event was unfolding not far away. In Konana City, the International Pentecost Holiness Church hosted a mass wedding that turned heads across the country. More than 3,000 couples tied the knot in a massive ceremony, with some men marrying multiple wives. It was a scene of celebration, color, tradition, and bold cultural identity. It sparked conversation, curiosity, and even controversy. But above all, it showed the power of unity and community during Easter. Amid all the celebrations, a voice of concern and reflection came from Archbishop Thabo Makgoba of the Anglican Church of Southern Africa. In his Easter sermon, he called on political leaders within the government of national unity to stop playing what he called dangerous games. He warned that unless political one-upmanship and public grandstanding stopped, South Africa's democratic stability would be in serious danger. His message was strong, grounded in faith, but rooted in the realities facing the nation. He spoke of gender-based violence, political dysfunction, and the global crisis affecting millions. But even through the darkness, he reminded believers that Easter is about hope, rebirth, and the possibility of change. So what does all of this mean? What does Ramaphosa's visit to Moria represent in the bigger picture? It's more than just a public appearance, it's a recognition of the power of faith communities in shaping national identity. It's about understanding the emotional and spiritual needs of a population still healing from the pandemic. It's about celebrating unity while also addressing the challenges that come with large-scale gatherings, public safety, and governance. The return to Moria is both a spiritual event and a logistical triumph. It reminds us how faith, technology, and leadership can come together to create something truly meaningful. Looking to the future, one can only imagine what the next few years will hold. Will this renewed energy in faith lead to stronger communities? Will government and church leaders continue working together to improve safety, access, and support for such events? And will this spark a broader conversation about the role of spirituality in a modern democratic South Africa? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Moria 2025 was not just an event. It was a message. A message of hope, of return, of progress, and of faith. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of South Africa's most powerful Easter moments, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth stories and current events. What do you think about Ramaphosa's visit to Moria? Do you believe the return of the pilgrimage is a turning point for the nation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your views and keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.